Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, Shows World.
Welcome to Shows World, gamers. Josh here, and as this week draws to a close, I wanted to take a moment to look at this week's new game releases, gaming announcements, and a few news stories. If this is your first time on the channel, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button to join in on the fun. Alright gamers, as always, we will start off with this week's new game releases, and the biggest game release this week was definitely Diablo 4. It released this week on Tuesday for those of us that did not pre-order the special editions, which did release early access last Friday. Now this dark multiplayer action RPG dungeon crawler is out now on the PS4, the PS5, PC, and Xbox Series systems, and it comes highly recommended. It is a super fun game, and it's doing very well, highly reviewed, definitely a must play. Now MotoGP 23 released on the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series systems this week. The popular street moto racing game supports full crossplay between platforms, online, and has a full career mode. Raiden 3 X Mikado Maniacs is an awesome classic space shoot 'em up with tons of gameplay options, including boss rush modes and even multiplayer, and it is available now on the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, PC, Xbox One, as well as on Xbox Series systems. Amnesia: The Bunker is the latest and fourth game in the Amnesia survival horror franchise, this time taking place in a huge World War I bunker inhabited by a monster, and it is coming to the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series systems. Also, in kind of a surprise, the physical release of the Super Mario Bros. Movie dropped in retail stores on Tuesday. So, of course, we rushed out and grabbed our copy and have been enjoying watching the movie at home, where we can pause and rewind to make sure we spot every single Easter egg hidden in the super fun Super Mario Bros. Movie. Next up, let's take a look at some gaming announcements. Now, Everybody 1-2 Switch was announced this week, coming to the Nintendo Switch on June 30th. This is the sequel to the launch game 1-2 Switch, which consisted of a bunch of mini games, both single and multiplayer, that really utilized the features of the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons. Now, in some really cool news this week, out of nowhere, we got the announcement of DLC coming to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge, later this year, titled Dimension Shell Shock, adding a new game mode, new character colors, and best of all, new playable characters, including the Samurai Rabbit, Usagi Yojimba. Now, Jumanji Wild Adventures received an announcement trailer. The game is coming to the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series systems this November. I wasn't too impressed with this game when I first saw it, but the more I look at it, the more the game looks to be a 4-player arcade-style action-adventure-style beat-em-up game, and that actually sounds pretty cool. The game is starring characters from the new iteration of the films. Now, The Valiant was announced this week, coming to the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series systems, releasing on July 11th, joining the PC release of the game. The game is a squad-based real-time strategy game set in 13th century Europe and the Middle East. It comes to us from THQ Nordic. Now, for those of you who have been eagerly anticipating news on a new Mega Man 2D game, indie developer Battery Staple Games just revealed the sequel to 20XX, and it looks to be a co-op 2D action side-scroller heavily influenced by Mega Man X series, titled 30XX, and it is scheduled for release in Q3 of 2023. Alright gamers, let's finish up with a few news stories from this week in gaming. Now, in some huge news from Blizzard, in a press release they unveiled that in just the first 4 days of early access, pre-actual game launch, Diablo 4 players have already logged a mind-blowing 93 million hours into the game, or over 10,000 hours. actually 10,000 years. Safe to say, this game is a huge success. It's Blizzard's fastest selling game of all time. Now, Apple showed off the $3,499 Vision Pro, a new VR and AR headset, although they seem to be pushing it as more of an all-in-one personal electronics device and not a gaming device, showing more of its educational and business uses and its ability to access apps using the iOS interface. Also, during Summer Games Fest, we finally got some highly sought after Final Fantasy news we fans of the series have been patiently awaiting, and no, we still do not have that Final Fantasy 16 demo, but we do have a release window for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. The second part of the Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming to PlayStation 5 in early 2024, and it is actually so large that it's going to have to be on 2 PlayStation 5 discs. I can't wait for this game. It's going to be epic. The Summer Game Fest Gaming Showcase ended the week, giving us a look at a bunch of upcoming games, including Mortal Kombat 1 gameplay. We did get the release date for Spider-Man 2. It's coming October 20th. We also got the aforementioned Final Fantasy VII Rebirth release window. And I actually did a top 5 video about the showcase, so I will actually put a link to that video at the end of this video. So definitely check that out for some more really cool reveals from that showcase. Alright gamers, that concludes this week in review for the week ending on June 9th. The week started with word that the Super Mario Bros. Movie worldwide box office total had surpassed the first Frozen film, moving it into second all-time for animated films. Then on Tuesday, the physical release of the Super Mario Bros. Movie came out of nowhere, allowing us to pick up the movie in physical stores and online retailers. And the week ended with the Summer Games Fest showcase, giving us a look at a bunch of upcoming games. But let me know anything we may have missed in the comments, and thanks for joining us today, gamers. Shoge World, out.